Well, I've just had a very busy couple of hours getting the rods together, finding my spots, getting the bivvy up before another monsoon turns up. Welcome to the Journeyman's Tales. Well, the rain has finally eased off a bit and I managed to get outside the bivvy and stretch my legs a bit. But the wind is still really gusting. It's quite strong. Fortunately, I've got my back to it at the moment, but it is choppy. Strangely, it's coming from the east and then it's coming from the southwest, and I think it's mainly coming over the top of the bivvy, fortunately for me, but I wouldn't want to be on the far side of the lake. But yeah, at least the rain's eased off for a bit, so I can move about a bit. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good for a bite, but I said that last time I started, didn't I? But the barometer's not as high as I thought it was. It's hovering around 1,000. It is due to go up, but yeah, it looks good to me. Why it doesn't happen, I don't know, but we're here doing it, and I'll tell you how we're doing it tomorrow. Nothing startlingly new though. Anyway, I'm going to carry on walking around for a bit and make the most of this opportunity. I'll catch you again later, probably in the morning. Good morning, and what a difference a day makes. It's really, really calm. There's not a breath of wind this morning. Temperature's dropped a little bit from yesterday, but it wasn't ridiculous. Last night it was about 5 degrees or something in the bivvy, so it wasn't cold. Fished a lot worse. But yeah, the rain finished about 8 o'clock, as forecast actually, for a change, which was good, and then the wind died off at more or less at the same time. And it was flat calm, like a mill pond out there last night. Clouds cleared a bit. We had a nice starry sky. But yeah, no fish, unfortunately. I thought last night would have been our best chance because the barometer wasn't too bad and it is due to be rising. But yeah, calm night, apart from those ruddy geese, which you can probably hear in the background. They're obviously pairing up and nesting on the island, and they do not shut up. It's ridiculous, but there you go. It kept me awake for quite a while. Didn't drop off really till the early hours. But more or less the same sort of stuff I'm doing. The left-hand rod is a probate UK squid and orange wafter. The middle rod is a squid and orange bottom bait with an Indian spice topper, making it a snowman. And the right hand rod, which is fished slightly longer, is a TT pop-up fished on a hinge stiff rig. And what made me smile last night was there was a video came out with Ian Chilcott on it, absolutely going loopy about the fashion of the Ronnie rig and how it was useless and no better than anything else. And if you haven't seen it, have a look at it. It's quite an interesting rant, but I think it would have been a hell of a lot better if they ditched the music in the background of it. But yeah, that was quite entertaining rant from an obviously a very good angler. But yeah, some very strong opinions about various things. Anyway, I'm going to keep plugging away. Certainly going to do tonight, and we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, It's nice to be out on the bank in calm conditions. I think there's 3, maybe 4 carp anglers on. There's a couple of pike anglers turned up this morning. We're all out enjoying it. So it's just coming into Tuesday afternoon. Been a quiet old day and very calm day actually weather-wise. The wind is just beginning to pick up a little bit of a breeze coming from the southwest. Whether it's going to continue from the southwest, I don't know. It's due to be a little bit changeable, but we're not having the strong winds that we had yesterday, and we're not supposed to be getting any of that rain. I'm just going to put together a couple of fresh rigs, which I'll redo in a little while before I get round to making my tea. The only thing I haven't really told you about, I think I'm talking to one of the boys passing by, what I've been doing the last couple of trips is putting an underlay underneath the ground sheet, which is twofold really. It's one, it helps cushion the ground sheet against any sharp objects underneath it, stones and bits and pieces, but it also acts as a bit of a barrier, much like your overwrap does, and cuts down all that condensation. You're not getting condensation on the inside of the ground sheet, and which is pretty important for somebody like me who's got a few respiratory problems, shall we say. So you're actually spending your nights in slightly better conditions than you would normally. Now the ground sheet is the additional ground sheet, or the underlay, is what they call an eco ground sheet that they sell for caravan awnings and things like that. It's fairly lightweight, so you're not carrying a huge amount of extra weight around with you, and you just cut it to the shape of your particular bivvy ground sheet. If you've got a beloved who's handy with a sewing machine, or if you're handy with a sewing machine yourself, you can put a bit of a hem on it to stop it from fraying off, or you can actually blob it with a lighter actually to stop it fraying. I'll put that down first. I'll put the ground sheet on the top of it, and it does make for a much more comfortable winter bivvy. Now obviously I don't use a ground sheet during the sort of late spring through the summer and then into the early autumn. It's only during when the winter months, when the colder months, when the ground is sodden. But it has made a remarkable difference. It wasn't overly expensive. It was about 20 quid, I think. But if you're suffering with those problems and you're using the ground sheet in the winter months and you are getting those condensation problems, you can cure it with an overwrap over the top of the bivvy and putting this eco ground sheet underneath your main ground sheet solves the problem underneath your bed chair as well. Well worth a look if you've got respiratory problems a bit like me.
About wrongdoings, and they are the ones who have been retaliated against because our whistleblowing legislation is not adequate to protect them, and that's a shame because clearly.
Good morning. And that was a hell of a dip in the temperature last night. It went down to just under 2 degrees, and a thick fog. First thing this morning, it's beginning to slowly burn off, and the barometer is rising. It's gone up from 1,000 to 1,020, and it's due to carry on going up today. And this place is getting very busy. Loads of people have turned up. Spring is obviously in the air, apart from this week when it's absolutely freezing. So I think I'm going to cut my losses and head home today. Not going to do the third night. Quite honestly, I can't see the point in it. Feels a bit camping at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to finish this coffee, get on my way, and I think that's going to be, well, it's definitely the last winter trip. I don't think I'm going to do another one up here. I think the next trip is going to be the first away trip of the year to Bramblemere in early April, and hopefully, yeah, the weather would have settled down a bit more, and the fish will be feeding. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for your company on this Journeyman's Tales, and I'll catch you all again soon. Cheers for now.